Good morning, everyone. It is Damira here from lifewithdw.com. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for joining me for another video. This is DW's Daily Dose, where you have an opportunity to sit back, relax, enjoy your favorite cup of coffee, and watch some of my YouTube videos. In today's episode, we are going to be decorating the coffee bar for spring. I have been so excited to get this coffee bar decorated because I have some cute farmhouse items that I would love to show you. Before we get started, I encourage you to subscribe if you haven't already, because you'll find here all things home decor and DIYs, coffee chats, cook with me videos, and travel videos. So please consider subscribing. I am going to show you some of the items that I will be using today, and then we're going to get into decorating our coffee cart for a farmhouse spring look. And at the end of the video, I will do a little haul so that you know where I got a lot of the items from. I'll also do my best to link as much as I can in the description box below. Let's get started. Here is just a little snippet of what I plan to use for my coffee bar. We are going to get started with some refills for this Spring Farmhouse coffee bar because I have a lot to add in today. To start, I went back to using my divided galvanized tin. Now, usually I would put my K-cups in here as well as different drinks. And so that's just what I'm starting with here is some green tea. Now, I have a lot of green tea because I'm not a huge tea drinker, but every once in a while I do need some, and it just takes me a while to get through them. And then I put in some of these honey sticks. They're peach, and I got them from Amazon. I finally added in this hot chocolate here because I like to do hot chocolate on my coffee bar all year round. You just never know when you'll be in the mood for it. And then here are some leftover K-cups that I'm just adding in as well. Now, my coffee bar isn't going to be filled with K-cups this time, and so that's why you only saw those 3. I decided to put my candies in this cute little sugar jar because I don't actually put sugar in my coffee, but I really wanted to utilize the jar, and it is just beautiful. So I thought that that was a clever way to use it. And finally, I'm going to stash some pistachios into this salty canister, and that's going to make for a perfect treat on my coffee bar. So you just saw in that canister that said sweet, I put in some whole beans, and they were Brazilian Paradise. So I am excited to have whole beans on my coffee bar because I was gifted a coffee grinder and I just cannot wait to use it. And now I'm just filling in some of this Colombian ground coffee. That is actually one of my favorite flavors. I really like Colombian coffee, and this is just a store brand one, but it does the trick. And then here in this little canister, I'm putting the leftover coffee that I had been using over the winter, and that was the Black and Bold brand, which was also a gift. And finally, it was time to fill in my syrups. So I just finished pouring in the vanilla chai syrup, and then this one here is the chai. And I mentioned in a previous video, but I had got both those bottles from Home Goods, and I was excited to get those because they were very cheap, but there was so much in there. In addition to that, I also got this large bottle of vanilla syrup, and I cannot tell you how excited I was to be pouring it into this coffee jug here. I got this jug back in the fall, and I hadn't any reason to put it on my coffee cart yet, but now I do, and I'm so excited. Also, just take a look at all that syrup being poured in. I don't know about you, but that scene just gave me all the good vibes. If you're like me and you really love coffee and you have such an appreciation for all things concerning coffee, then leave an emoji below, a smiley face, a heart, or a little coffee cup, just to show your appreciation. So after getting everything filled in and refilled, I decided that I was going to add a little bit of flowers to my coffee cart. Now, for cream, I usually use milk, and I keep that refrigerated, so I knew I wasn't going to be using this little cream pour, but I still wanted to include it on my coffee cart, so I filled it with flowers, and it turned out beautifully. And now that that's all done, it is time to decorate the coffee bar for spring. Alright, I've told this story many times before, so I am just going to get the important parts out of the way. But this white coffee cart I have had for about 5+ years, and it has moved with me from a small studio in DC till now. It is still going strong, although I do think it's on its last legs, but we shall see. And what you see me doing here is placing kitchen towels and cloth placemats onto each of the shelves of this coffee bar. I don't necessarily like to leave the shelves open the way they are, because you can see everything above and below each shelf, and with all the different things that I put on the coffee bar, it can be a little overwhelming. So by putting down placemats and kitchen towels, it gives the appearance of a solid shelf. So to start, I just put a Lazy Susan right on that top shelf, and then I moved to the bottom where I usually put my utilitarian items. So under there I have my coffee filters, I have lids for mason jars, extra coffee pot lids, and then I also have my coffee grinder. Again, that was a gift that I cannot wait to use. And then I have some other things down there. I believe I put coasters down there as well. So then I moved right up to that first shelf again, and I knew I wanted to put the flowers on the first shelf, so I put them up there, but as you will see, they don't stay directly in the middle. As I am decorating, I always take a step back and sort of look at everything and move things around. Sometimes I'll move them over a spot or two, or sometimes I'll move them to a different shelf completely. What I'm most excited about for this Spring Farmhouse coffee bar is all of the farmhouse items that I have. So I have a sweet and a salty canister, I have various farmhouse mugs, I have the little farmhouse cream pour, as well as a sugar jar, and I am just so excited with this collection. I really like farmhouse items, and farmhouse is just my go-to style, and so to decorate my coffee bar with these items really makes me so happy. Now I'm putting in this galvanized tin. I don't know what my coffee bars would be without a little bit of a galvanized metal somewhere on the cart, but I have had both the tin and the little basket for a few years now, and so those have always been a part of my coffee bar. As I move through decorating, you'll just see again that I move things around a lot. So when you're decorating, you don't need to stick to one specific picture or vision that you've had in mind. A lot of times during the planning, you get this idea in your head of how you want everything to look, and if you can achieve that idea and make it come to life, perfect, that's really great. But I think it helps to stay flexible when decorating. Oftentimes when I'm decorating, how I begin isn't how I end. And I like to say that a lot in decorating. How you begin is not how you end, because you will move something around, you will change something. Oftentimes I have an idea of exactly what I'm going to use and where it's going to go. But then as I'm decorating and things start to come along more, I really can see that, you know, something wasn't working out or something needed to be switched around. Sometimes a lot of the things that I thought I was going to use, I end up not even using at all. So, you know, don't get stuck on one piece or one vision. Be flexible and just let things happen as they do. And so it's important in doing that whenever you're decorating to take a step back and look at the whole picture before moving in and focusing on each part again and again. You can see here, even with my bottom shelf that has my utilitarian items, even that shelf, I moved things around a few times on that shelf just to sort of get a nice picture of what I want it to be presented whenever I look at this coffee cart. So even something as simple as that, you know, trying to hide the coffee filters and the extra lids in the back of that bottom shelf, but having to move things around multiple times in order to get my desired look is important. So as you can see, my Spring Farmhouse coffee bar is coming along nicely. I moved things around quite a bit, but I got almost everything that I really wanted to use onto the cart, and I think that so far it's looking pretty good. I like to do a little bit of staggering with the items, so I make sure not to put both the galvanized tins on the same shelf or even in the same row on different shelves. You know, I stagger them a bit. And because I had this farmhouse collection of speckled stoneware, there's a lot of that one color on the coffee bar, and so I added in some greenery to give a little pop of color on the bottom shelf, and then of course the flowers gave a pop of color right at the top. And then finally I moved over to these hooks that are just above the coffee cart in our kitchen, and here I wanted to include these beautiful kitchen towels. They're such a beautiful color, and one says just peachy. I liked these towels because I really like the color and I really like peaches, and I thought they gave a farmhouse look, so I'm glad to include those. Alright guys, here is the reveal for my Spring Farmhouse coffee bar. It looks beautiful and I'm so glad with how it turned out. As you can see, all of that farmhouse stoneware kitchen items really do stand out, and I'm so glad that I added them to my coffee bar this time around. They really make for the perfect farmhouse look. And I'm also glad that I kept with the galvanized metal tins, because that, along with the colors of the coffee syrups, the little decor pieces, the greenery on the bottom, and even that lid on the canister on the bottom shelf, really help everything to flow well and helps all of the colors to blend. They really do complement each other. And then I'm glad with this little piece here, just another part of our kitchen that I could use to decorate. If you guys have liked this coffee bar, please consider giving this video a thumbs up, because I think it turned out great, and hopefully you do too. Stay tuned for my haul. Alright, I want to do a quick little haul and just show you some of the items that I hopefully will be using today. We're going to start with a few of the decor pieces. I just have this metal coffee sign, and I got this from At Home a few years ago. I also have another metal coffee sign, and this one is a coffee menu, which I believe I bought from Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. This nice necklace, which I got from a flea market actually, and I got 2 necklaces and a bracelet, but I was hoping to use one of these necklaces today. I have a small little Lazy Susan, and I got this from Target Dollar Spot in January, I believe. I have here a beautiful cafe coffee grinder, and this will allow me to grind some whole beans. This was actually a gift, so I am super excited to hopefully start using this. And to make sure that I do, I actually have some whole bean coffee here that I will be putting on my cart today. These were a gift, and it was a pack of 4 cups, and they came in a little stand, and I thought that these were cute, classic, and obviously they just say coffee right there, but they're a good color and very farmhouse-like, so hopefully I'll be able to fit these onto my cart today. I also have here this speckled farmhouse set, and you see here a cream and a sugar, as well as 2 cups. I have one that set has a heart, and then this one that says XOXO. And I know that there are other cups like this. They say Mr. and Mrs., but I'm not a Mr. or Mrs. And then to go along with that, I have these canisters here, and this one says salty, and the other one says sweet. So these are speckled farmhouse kitchen items, and I got them from At Home, not all at the same time, and they don't come as like a complete set. You have to buy them individually, and so I usually wait until they go on sale so that I can get them at a cheaper price. So I don't have the full speckled farmhouse collection, but hopefully I will. Homebrew & Co. coffee, and I got this from the Target Bullseye section last fall, and I definitely have enough syrup that I'm going to be hopefully using this today. And then there are a few other things back here that you guys have seen before. My galvanized tins that I usually keep my coffee in, some jars with lids that I put candies and whatnot in. And I also just wanted to show you some of the kitchen towels that I'm working with today. So this one in particular, I love this color. As you can see, it's beautiful. There's a striped one there, and then the solid one that has the frieze, just peachy. And I thought these were perfect for a farmhouse look, and also because I really love peaches. They're probably my favorite fruit, so I thought that was cute. And this is what I am working with today. We will see how it all goes. Wish me luck. Alright guys, and so here are just a few more clips of how the coffee bar turned out, just some pictures for you to take a look at, but as you can see, it turned out great. If you guys like this video, don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and please leave a comment below letting me know that you've liked it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!